Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on the video. This is a review for The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 2, Episode 1, Best of Frenemies. All right, guys, we got a new girl. We got a new girl in the house. But anyway, we start with the small trailer, and we see the whole arrest of Jen Shah. I did a little something on this back, in the past on while I was out. And I knew that we would be, seeing it all unfold on the show. And so we started with that. The whole arrest. She's sitting on the bus and they're getting ready to go on a trip. And she's, kind of, her countenance is different and they can tell. But she gets on the bus and then immediately gets a call from Sharif. And then she's, leaning over to Whitney and telling her to take her mic off and all that. She's, can you take this off? I have to go. I just have to go. Not really saying what, but she just got to go. 10 minutes later, then you see the helicopters and the police swarming in on the bus and everybody's like, what in the world? Whitney done looked on the blogs and they see that Jen is, there's a warrant out for her arrest. She and her assistant. And so yeah, it's gonna go down. We see them they at the house bringing out all kind of documents and all of that. After they got their search warrant, it's finna be so much mess behind this lady. But anyway, let's run it back to 2 months earlier. Jen has Lisa over. Jen has moved into a new house. She said her lease was up at the old one, so the new house, here we are. It's a nice one too. It's very beautiful. But for me, those are like, her houses be given vacation home, not like everyday living home. It's very much cabin, very cabin-like. But anyway, they sit down and talk. Jen has been going through. 6 months ago, she and Sharif almost got divorced. Like, he got sick of her shit, sick of her anger issues, and she said that she was contacted by his divorce attorney. So there's that. But since then, they've been in counseling, and because she said, listen, it's been 25 years. I'm not going nowhere, and neither are you. I know that's right. Ain't no way in the world somebody divorced me after 25 years. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not happening. She wants, though, for her friend group to come around full circle the way that she and Sharif have. They, were able to put it back together, and so she wants to do the same with her friend group. Meredith. She has a new home excuse me. She has a new home as well. And this one is nice. It's very nice. She says, they got views all around. This one is more their taste. I feel like maybe I don't know what was up with that other place. It was giving, underground bunker. No art on the wall. Very drab. Like or is that Lisa's house I'm thinking about? That might be Lisa's house I'm thinking about. That's drab. That look like a bunker. I think that's Lisa's house. Meredith's house wasn't given either though last season, so this new one is nice. Meredith has Heather over, and they sit down and chat. And Meredith tells her, that she and Seth are good now. He's back on the road for a week, but he's been home more. Like he's home like 50% of the time, and so that's good. Heather fills her in on what's going on with her world. Her oldest is about to go to college. She wants her oldest to go to college, go away to college. None of the Mormon laws, none of the Mormon rules. She want her baby to have her whole phase. Go have fun, drink responsibly. Do your thing in college. Go do your thing. You deserve it. Okay, Whitney and her husband, they're about to celebrate with her stepsons who are 26, 24, and 23. Whitney 34. Them people are so young. Like, girl, I know it. Like, if my parents were to split, God forbid, my daddy just decided that he was gonna go and marry a bitch 27. I would really have a problem with that. I ain't coming around to y'all's functions. I ain't finna be round that hoe. No. Okay? No. I'm over here thinking, I feel like one of them sons might try to get with his stepmama. I'm certain of it. You know how them white boys do. I'm certain of it. They too close in age. Whitney, girl. No. I feel like if I'm gonna get with an older guy, like that much older than me, I don't want him to have kids at all. Because I'm not finna be going at it with your daughter that's the same age as me, you know, getting upset because we the same age and she don't want to call me mama. You know, like none of that. Like it's just awkward. It's very awkward. And it looks awkward. I know it feels awkward. Anyway, they there, you know, to celebrate the birthday or whatever. They taking shots and they're gonna go get in the hot tub, and Whitney's drunk ass done grabbed the cake and it slid off the cake thing, and she picks it up and tries to put it back on there, put the candles on there. She gets it on there and gets up again. Where are the plates? Reaches for the plates. Cake falls on the floor again. I'm like, first of all, why you bringing that cake from off the floor outside to feed to them people? Nasty. That's nasty and out of order. But she takes scoops up what she can get and takes it on out there, and they sing happy birthday. Okay, Mary's doing a podcast now. And this was different. And I kind of like seeing Mary in this setting, you know, seeing a different side to Mary, not in that closet. Because the whole first season, she sat in her closet every time she filmed. And so this is nice to see that she, you know, there's something else to her. But they're in there, you know, they get the conversation going. But before that, we got to pray. And so one of the co-hosts starts to pray, and it's, thank you, Heavenly Father. Bless your name, oh God. He was giving all of that. And Mary's like, whoa. Whoa, let me show you. I'm going to show you. Dear God, I just thank you for this day. I thank you for everybody listening, everybody tuned in. I pray that somebody that doesn't know you may come to see you and know you, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. See, Sean, just short, quick, to the point, you know? That's how you got to do it. Because Sean was about to go into a whole worship. Sean thought he was in the pulpit. You know, they just talk about, you know, life or whatever, and they talk about the youth not really being involved in the church, and that's very true. In the black church, I feel like my generation and under, they're not doing church like they used to. I don't know what that's about. I'm in church. But so that don't include me. I'm in church, but I don't know why the people ain't in church. I don't understand that. It could be church hurt. People are finding themselves to, you know, more spiritual than needing to, you know, actually go to church. But I think that everybody needs that fellowship. You know, I feel like everybody needs to go into the house of the Lord, you know, once a week, you know, because you need that. It's a recharge, you know, you need it. You need it. If you do church at home, cool. Anytime you are, you know, in your quiet time, you know, you and your spirit man, that's good for you, you know. So I wouldn't put that much of an emphasis, you know, on actually going to church, or I wouldn't say that we lose in the youth or, you know, or something like that, because it's still some very saved youth out there. Still some people out there that know what's up, that know Jesus, you know. So I wouldn't say that. Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but that might be the way it appears, you know, when you look out in your congregation and it's the same folk that's been there, and there are no youth. That don't look good. That don't look good. But I mean, listen, the church got to do better. The church got to do better. They talk about, she asked them about their past, you know, have you done drugs? And, you know, they like, I smoked a little marijuana. She said, I smoked weed. I did too. They when I was coming, they was calling it weed. You got a joint? You got a blunt? I said, okay, Mary. I didn't like Mary last season, but I feel like I might be able to hang with Mary a little bit. Mary seems like she's a little bit more down to earth, a little bit more relatable this go round, at least from this episode. But then she goes into one of her little speeches, one of her little rants. We know with that fake crying, like she's holding back the tears, girl. Miss me with those, okay? Okay, Mary, miss me with those. Okay, now we meet the new girl. Her name is Jenny. She is Vietnamese. She's being introduced to the group by Lisa. Their sons are best friends. They're about to have dinner, whatever. They're cool. I think I'm gonna like Jenny. Jenny, that's her name. I think I'm gonna like Jenny. She is, from humble beginnings. She talks to them about, how she came over here, how she and her family came over from the Vietnam, how they were captured by, I think she said Indonesian pirates. Pirates. I can't remember from what country, but pirates captured their family and put them in concentration camps. And then they were rescued by a Christian church. And so after that, she converted to being a Christian, after that. And then when she met her husband, he's Catholic. And so she had to convert to, Catholic. She had to convert to being a Catholic. It's in my head. I'm saying it in my head, but my mouth don't want to say it. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, she seems like she's going to be nice. I think I'm going to like Jenny. Okay, over at Jen's house, they having their family over for her son's 27th birthday. Grandma gets emotional, just looking at her family, all in the room. Her husband who Jen's father had passed. And so she's saying, how much he would have enjoyed this and how proud he would have been. And so it's a nice moment. Whitney, Mary, Heather, and Meredith, they meet for lunch. Meredith is looking very, downtrodden. And so, they ask her what's going on, and Meredith tells them that she lost her father on that day. And I'm like, and you out filming? All for the check. I would have had to call out that day. But I mean, you just gonna exploit the situation for your check. I guess maybe she saw it coming, I don't know. But Heather asked, about Lisa and if Lisa was supportive of it. Of course she was. Heather says that, she hasn't spoken to Lisa since the reunion. They're not in a good place for sure. But she and Jen, she's surprised that they haven't spoken because leaving the reunion, she thought that they were cool. She thought that everything was okay. As far as Meredith and Jen go, she don't see it for her. She don't see it for her. She says that Jen has, been retweeting very homophobic tweets about Brooks, and Brooks ain't never told her his sexuality. He's out here living his life and he's figuring himself out. He's never divulged that to me or her. And I'm like, now, Meredith, you're not about to sit up in my face and tell me that Brooks ain't gay. We not doing that. He don't gotta say I'm gay. Okay, Meredith? He don't gotta say it. Cause what's understood don't have to be said. Now we all understand what Brooks got going on, what proclivities he might have. And it's okay. We ain't judging. But you're not going to sit up in my face and tell me that that's not what I'm looking at, that's not what I'm seeing, because that's what I'm seeing. That's what we're all seeing. She really tried to. He's never said that he was gay, so why would she say? Cuz. What you mean? No, Meredith. Don't try to play us. Anyway, the girls, they don't understand why Meredith is still entertaining Lisa, because Lisa has decided to, cozy up to Jen, and Jen has, said some things, she's done some things. She and Meredith ain't really cool like that no more. So they don't even understand. Like, it's like your best friend really cozying up to the enemy. And you okay with that? Meredith don't bite the bait, though. She's not about to badmouth her friends. So Meredith is just like, they're cool. That's their situation. She's very diplomatic in her response. Meredith has Lisa and the family over for dinner. And Lisa and Meredith sit and talk, about her father's passing and all of that. And then she tells her about the lunch she had with Whitney, Heather, and Mary. And Meredith tells Lisa, that her name came up. And Lisa says that she notices that there's been a shift in her friendship, since she's, cozied up to Jen. But she feels like she keeps their relationship, her friendships with both of them separate. You can't. Now when they don't like each other, they're going to be talking about one another with you. And you're going to always be in the middle until you take yourself out of the middle or stop hanging out with one of them. And it probably should be Jen. Because your loyalty should be to Meredith, since y'all have been friends for 10, 11 years, something like that. Anyway, Meredith gets upset. Now she upset when we talking about Jen or whatever, because it's almost like she's making excuses. It's almost like she's defending her. And so, yeah, Meredith is like, I ain't done nothing to Jennifer Shaw to where I need to be apologizing to her or anything like that. So that ain't what we doing. Shit. She said Jen been tweeting, retweeting, all kind of shit like that, girl. We not doing that. I'm not, I don't, No. Then they all gather around the table, and they do, do they say a prayer? Or no, they do the candles. It's a prayer that goes along with lighting candles. It's Shabbat. I can't, listen, I'm not Jewish. I can't tell you, but they do that, a bit of culture, on the TV, for the people that don't really know what's going on. My family, we do the Passover. We have Passover supper. We used to do it before the pandemic every year. We would get together and have Passover supper. And so we would have the rack of lamb, salad, the wine, all of that. And my mama would do all the prayers throughout the dinner. I just asked, are we Jewish? Like, this is a Jewish thing. She just liked, felt like it should be a part of, what we do. And so we did. But anyway, that's where that ended. I don't know what's going to happen between the ladies, but we shall see. First episode didn't really give a whole lot. Like, in the beginning, showing us that I thought we was starting there. I thought we was really going to start there right at, Jen getting arrested. I was finna be like, oh, we in for a ride. But no, you know how Bravo does. He going to give us a little bit of it, show us what's to come to keep us there. So now we got to sit around and watch this episode after episode and after episode and wait for the one where she's arrested. Anyway, I'll be tuned in. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby. And I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.